Did you have any more questions about the things that I was telling you for 100%? I do like some of the improvements you've made at the route. They look pretty nice. There's a couple of really small time saves, which are always my favorite thing to see, where it's like, save a little bit here by doing this while something is rotating. The treehouse bridge was the one I really liked. I just think that you're breaking up a 2 and a 1 into 3 ones, and that seems like a waste of time. But I also don't know how fast the discard snipe really is. Doing the first puzzle without slowing down. I could do that. I can't do it now because I'm using arrows and control actually, so I don't have the spacebar anywhere nearby my hands. I also really don't care that much about the 1 second, or maybe 2 seconds across tutorial. I don't know. Like, I have so many more important time saves, just with better play. Only just started not doing the end of right bridge? Okay. Yep, that's fair. What are you planning to do for town? Because I saw your town route. Like, I understand why you're not putting theater in town, and I haven't seen a Kane's timing, so I'm not sure if it would be possible for you to put theater in town. But from what I recall last time, it wasn't going to line up very well. Bucket of style points? Style points are measured in 3-dimensional space? I thought style points were 1-dimensional. You get a number of style points. Because I know with... You don't want to put theater... Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, but I don't know what the cloud cycles were. If it ruins your cloud cycle, then it ruins your cloud cycle. There's nothing to do about it. But the losing 20 seconds to, or 10 seconds to the theater, or the windmill puzzle seems like a really bad thing. So I assume you're still experimenting with that too. Still don't know how to reroute town. Well, with theater it was pretty easy. Though, maybe you're going faster than my theater route allowed? I don't know. But you could very easily swap 2 and 3. I'm thinking 100% and going towards Orchard. Congeal wad? That sounds less appealing than a bucket somehow. All you have to do is do your town route, mark down the points where you could get first, second, or third blade. Like, do your town route as quickly as is reasonable, not necessarily as quickly as possible, and figure out what your timings are going to look like. That was basically what I did. Like, how long... Like, leave a timer running and say, okay, where are the moments where I could get the first blade? And then, where are the moments where I could get the next blade? And since you have to end on first blade, your choices are really just third blade or second blade to start with. And that makes life pretty easy. Oh my god. That puzzle still sucks. And never will stop sucking, I think. That way I can feel better about my failed panels. I'll say, oh no, I intentionally failed one in desert. Also, if you're trying to make the 18-second faster cloud cycle, you definitely shouldn't be doing higher variance things before it. Snap into the last panel there. I almost always have to. From at least the way I'm taking those angles, it's basically impossible to not snap into it. But I'm interested if you've got better routes for desert. From what I saw you do, you got it a lot later, which wastes a bunch of time because you can beat the elevator to activation if you get it early. Alright, serious time for this snipe. Not this one. This one's easy. This one. Did not expect to get that. I pulled and pulled and nothing happened, and then at the very end it pulled me through. "18-second faster." No, buoy cycle. Buoy cycle. I misspoke. You were trying to hit a faster buoy cycle, and I was wondering why that meant you were trying to reduce variance and why you were not doing Sand Snake for it. It was one of the things you called out in your comments as potential improvements. It's elusive and impalpable. I think you still have time to get that log actually after the snipe. I think it's. I haven't practiced it though. Get on it? Yeah, I will. It's a pretty good quarry, I think. Did I hit any buttons I shouldn't have hit? Well, I'll find out. I may have accidentally brushed mouse 4 and mouse 5. I'm sure my split and unsplit. I hope I didn't. Audio log bingo card? You have to recite them? Oh lord. I don't want to memorize that much information. Splits are fine, thank you. That was a bad quick stop. I was one tick too early. Oh well. I have a lineup, but it involves counting, and I'm really bad at counting, so. Come on. Everyone knows it by heart. Yeah. I don't think people know it that well. Like, I don't think I could recite it word for word, especially because the end of it I don't know anymore. Or I don't hear as often, I guess. Through many births I have wandered on, searching, but wait, no. I'm trying to remember the one that's on the rooftop. It's like the starting rooftop. It's one of the shortest audio logs. I don't even think I could recite it. Something, something, the builder of this house. The verbs are what's getting me there. Oh my god, treehouse is just not today. Yeah, but you don't run any percent. See, the funny thing would be is if you actually knew the challenge audio log, but I don't think you do because you would never have time. You'd never have reason to play it. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh dear. This might be very loud when it happens. So I don't have a moment to mute my mic. No, it should be okay. You've played it a bunch of times? Oh, that's good. It's pretty long. I think it's a 3-minute-er. I know that because when I was routing all audio logs and panels, I had to figure out if I could route. There was a difference in how I routed it. I believe Walma routed the mountaintop audio log for his challenge run, and I routed that one. I cannot understand why we idle discussing religion. Yep. That one's a debate about finding good atheist quotes, I believe. That's a Paul Dirac quote. Hey DB, thank you. I've had better, but I've had much worse of late, so I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, you also don't like my snipe for the discard, San, in Descending Keep. I'm not sure why. Like, I understand it's a bit of an awkward angle, but you lose a bunch on turning. If you don't get it as you descend. But I don't want to give you more than 2 comments worth of suggestions, because I think that's going to just flood the things you can think about. Easy puzzle. Top of the metal stairs? Yes. No, I know. It's just I had the same problem when I was first learning, which is that like someone tells you 100 things to do and you only can ever remember 10 of them. If someone tells you 10 things to do, you remember all of them. And so it's better to give someone comments 10 at a time until each thing is ingrained. Ah, wow. Wow, wow, wow. 25 dots, please. Give me a break. There's a reason I snap into this in 100%, and I might start doing it again in AL. This town is already going poorly, and that's saying something given that I've solved 7 panels. That was 1 too far over. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Also, I'm still totally cheesing out on this strat because I know there are better ways to get that. I just haven't found them to be consistent. Apparently my movement today is just terrible, so taking consistent strats is probably a good idea. Nope. Nope. The corner, please. These 2 are easy. First one, on the other hand. Had enough mousepad space, but didn't have the right angle. Also, I still have no idea what I do to make that redirect panel consistent. It just is. I haven't failed it in weeks. I guess weeks isn't saying much. I haven't failed it at all this week, and I haven't failed it in races for at least a month. By failed, I mean like had to pull down more than once. So it's something about the angle, and I'm not sure what. Tisk, tisk. Bunker has been going a little bit better of late though, and I think bunker is one of the areas, since it's again a really quick collection of panels, that is considerably easier the more I practice. So it's similar to mountain. It's not an area that I'm going to improve on just casually or unintentionally. It's an area I'm going to improve by playing a lot in sequence, because that's what improves my panel solves. Good enough. It's not at all the route I meant to take, but it is what it is. I'm trying to do there a little bit more what I do in Monastery, which is smaller slides, but more control over the panels. And like in Monastery, you can take these really aggressive slides that will save you a couple of seconds, or half a second, I think, overall. But it costs you a lot about knowing that you're exactly in control of the panel, because it takes you a little bit longer to get started. I'm way too far off the right inside of my mouse pad. No? No, I guess I wasn't. My pinky left the mouse pad, which is usually my indicator, but I still had barely enough space. Up. Really good swamp snipes. No misclicks to start, no issues with movement, and no bad pathing as I solve the panels. So I think that's a couple of seconds saved. I think I'm probably proving my theory once again that I get really panicked by looking at splits. So hopefully they haven't screwed up this run, or I'll be upset. But it's pretty easy to fix if they do. I was seeing bugs, I think it was Monday and Tuesday, I saw 2 of them on Monday and 1 of them on Tuesday, where just it missplits again, and I don't know why. I just haven't had the debugger running, and it's making me really want to do the thing I just did to the Braid auto splitter, where it just generates a log file instead of you having to have the debugger open. So that way, when it breaks, you just say, oh, let me look at the log file, rather than, oh, let me try and break it again, which is really hard to do for something that's inconsistent. A little bit too far there. Alright, Mountain. Please don't screw me over. So much trouble correcting if I make a mistake there, but fortunately it is recoverable. This is a bit of a sharp angle, but it's okay. I'm really not liking that solution to purple 2, because I have yet to actually solve it, saving the 2 segments. Like, I almost always go up 3 at the end when I go around the white dot. And if I'm going up 3, then it's not any better, and I don't know what makes the corners harder, but it's one of those puzzles that's just gonna be hard sometimes, and I don't know why. So, I think I might have to try going back to the other solution. I went off the mousepad there. That's really bad. I've moved my keyboard. That's why I'm using arrows and control, so that I actually have full access to my mousepad. It's 1.5 feet, and I've got space on all of it. And I still start way too far to the right and run into space. I just am not used to it yet. That is always a really loud sound. Just be glad that I don't do it when I'm at the very end. If you right click out of the multi-panel, you hear the exited puzzle early. D. It's like a high E. That sound. And you hear it on every single panel at once. And it can be really loud if you're standing in the wrong place. Hey user, did you know that you exited the puzzle? Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't figure it out yet? Game is just very, very keen on making sure that you're aware of what's going on, I guess. Alright. Mountain 2. Decent Mountain 2. Not the happiest, but I've had much worse, and this was not it, so. My failed panel count is probably pretty embarrassing though. I think I'm up at least 10. There's 2 required when you descend the bunker elevator, but that still isn't an excuse for having as many as I probably do. As many as I think I do, as I feel that I do. Also, failed panels is not a direct correlation to run quality, but I'm sure that as runs get better, there are going to be fewer failed panels. Challenge. Challengey challenge. pillar. Might have been gold, but I think I have a really good gold on that. So I'm not sure. Ah, RNG. How I loathe thee. And yet, this run would not be as good if it were not for the RNG. Oh my lord, what is this? Wow. Oh, 325. Meh. So 2/3 to go down first, which is why I do it, but when it's wrong, you regret everything. Oh, 325. No. Maybe? If it's maybe on these, then the answer is yes. Or the answer is stare very hard at it. You see, that center one looks almost possible. This garbage. What the crap? Sure, yep. Was that a PB challenge? Because it damn well felt like it. That was a 27:05 on a 146. I tied my PB's challenge. No! Also, look at that graph. Just completely straight and then whoop, saved 45 seconds on the challenge. Good. I can run against this and hate myself. That sounds like endless fun. Yeah, mountain was okay. Lost a bunch of time there. Just really sloppy. Top of the mountain, but I'm still really happy with that. Early game was really good. I'm surprised by that. Where did I lose the time? Monastery? Yeah. Monastery felt a bit sloppy. Town snipe was bad. That's true. Uh, Treehouse is always a bit of a crap shot, at least for me. But I was... Oh, I lost 4 seconds to the quick stop. That's a shame. Yeah, stairs snipe. Just getting better and better at stairs snipe. Alright, well, that's my all lasers PB for the day, so I guess I'm gonna do 20 challenges now. See if I can actually beat my PB.